What is up, YouTube? We're back with another Lego Medieval Lord of the Rings type video where I'm going to be going over my entire collection, because as you guys know, I just got Rivendell and I love it. It's my favorite set in the whole world. So we're about to go over my favorite, my entire collection of Lord of the Rings / Medieval / Hobbit sets. Here we go. First thing I'm going to be going over is Rivendell, which I've already made a whole video or two on, so I'm not going to be going into super much detail on this, but you know, it looks amazing. My favorite Lego set of all time. You probably know that if you've already watched my old video, but here we have Arwen, Aragorn, Elrond, Legolas, and a bunch of the elf figures that are all around here. This Lego set's amazing. But since I made videos on it, I'll just show you a quick tour of it. That's it. And moving on to the Viking village, which I know isn't exactly Lord of the Rings. However, this whole village area looks like I think it's Edoras, something like that. But this center building, I feel like Lego almost based this off of King Theoden's village. What if Lego really did base this off the Lord of the Rings? Especially when you go inside and you see there's the king's chair, which I mean, it looks almost identical to the one from Lord of the Rings. So that's what, you know, I kind of imagine this as being. So as you can see, the king from this set, I took out his head and hair and replaced it with a head and hair that looks like King Theoden. And I bought some more of these Viking villagers off the Pick a Brick battle packs. I bought another one of these archer guys. Now there's a whole ton of dudes here. And then we have Boromir right in front, who I got in Rivendell. So it's amazing little inclusion of the Lord of the Rings. Okay, moving on. One that's a little bit dark. Hang on, let me try to get some light in here. Okay, that's not much light. There's a little candle there. So next up we have the the Goblin Town area. So this is actually a Hobbit set, but I really love it. I think it's super cool. It comes with this giant Goblin King guy. I'm sorry it's so dark down here. You see I have it right below Endor on this new shelf I got. But yeah, here's the Goblin King figure. I gave him a new staff because the old one got lost. Everything is modular. So as you can see, I can take this off and move it around. Take this whole area off and move it around and flip it around. This thing can spin around and lower the little goblin scribe in it up and down. I thought he was, I'm really glad they included him, because in the movie I remember this dude was one of the funniest guys. He would talk to him and then go fly over here to deliver the message. And then, you can also push this bridge out if they're being chased, just like in The Hobbit, and then you can pop this in the back, this ladder from, being connected. These two things are also modular, and this thing can slide in and out. It has some little gold treasures in there. Overall, love this set, but time to move on to the next one. So right after I got Rivendell, I really wanted that Orc Forge set, which is super expensive now on the aftermarket. So I didn't want to pay all that money, and I was like, oh, I could just build one. So I built this. This is not the official Orc Forge, as you probably a lot of you hardcore fans probably already could tell, but it's my custom version that I really like. I put the Pale Orc right here because he's a super cool figure. I love having him in my collection. We have 2 orcs, but hopefully I'll soon get a bunch more orcs. Hopefully I want to get my hands on that Mordor set pretty soon, but you never know. The rock work, this is what I did along the whole thing. I think it looks really nice. These poles, I tried to base it a lot off the actual Orc Forge set, but it's not exactly the same. Spin this, so yeah, this wheel actually cranks up, and then a barrel little feature I created. Sorry, it's just so satisfying. And then the next thing is I can actually take this pot of gold out, and usually it goes into that heated pot so they can heat up their tools that they're making over here. You see that? Yep, you definitely see it because you probably have eyes if you're watching this. But the thing that this includes that the actual Lego set doesn't, besides this little other thing where they're melting the armory stuff down, is on the back, and that is this little section, which is where it's supposed to represent Mount Doom, where you walk up, you go into the mines where the orcs are going, you go through here into the back, and you walk up this, and you throw the ring into the Mount Doom area. And I even got this little stud on the, magma type of thing right there, so the ring can sit without being burned, just like in the movie, for 60 seconds before it actually goes into the lava. So I thought this was a pretty cool scene. Lego's never made this, so I hope they do something like this soon. Obviously, I might not buy it unless it's super big, because I just built my own that I actually really like. My little ring wraith figure, which I used to have the real version of these, but this version is actually using the body of Emperor Palpatine, the old one, I think. But it looks really good. You guys probably didn't even know that this wasn't all the official pieces. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But this ring wraith thing, I think it looks really cool. But the actual Fell Beast set he comes in is 10 times overpriced now on the off market. It's like a $40 set for $200. So I'm never gonna buy that. I think he's pretty cool though.
And I think that's the whole video. If you guys watched all the way to the end, you probably like the video, so might as well leave a like. Today's my very last day of summer, which means I have school the next morning. Hopefully I keep uploading, because I really like making, Lego videos. Hopefully this video isn't too long, because I know your guys' attention span isn't the greatest. But yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.